From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The North American International Auto Show is in full swing. It's day 2 at Cobo, with the auto suppliers now showing what they've got. Plus, dozens of people are now without a home after a fire breaks out at an apartment complex in Ypsilanti. We'll tell you what firefighters are now saying about the blaze. And we're dealing with some wicked winter weather earlier today. The snow is moving out and light rain is moving in with dangerous winds blowing through a little bit later today. And those high winds top our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. Let's get right over to meteorologist Brandon Roof for a look at the weather right now and how strong these winds are going to be, Brandon.
Going to be dangerous. I think we could be dealing with some power outages tonight and overnight. And a quick look back at this morning's snow and the big winter, mainly Oakland County, Clarkston, and a lot of areas around Clarkston, about 5 inches. Peck, 4.6 inches right there in the St. Clair, Sanilac County areas. 3.9 inches in Howell, 3.2 in Ann Arbor, and Sterling Heights about 3 inches. We still have a winter weather advisory in Lapeer, St. Clair, and Sanilac counties, where we still have a little bit of snow going down. The advisory just means be careful traveling, pretty much at your own risk. It is starting to warm up. We're seeing rain showers coming in here now, and this is going to help to melt things. It is going to be slushy and still very slippery and dangerous as we get this melting. We see the next batch of rain later this afternoon and one last hurrah later on tonight. In the meantime, we will get into those low 40s through the late afternoon. Those flakes north will become raindrops, and we'll get breezy to gusty conditions, and a high wind watch is in effect later tonight. I'll have more on that coming up, but right now, before you head out, make sure you have the Local Forecasters app because of the radar, because of the update on any weather alerts that we have. We've got it all right there. It's free. Just search WDIV.
Right now, we want to get some breaking news just into the Local 4 newsroom. 4 men from Detroit have been charged in connection with that assault and robbery of a 911 dispatcher. 18-year-old Benny Robinson, 17-year-old Lathias Sutton, and Marquise Goodman, as well as 16-year-old Jalen Hawkins, have all been charged with armed robbery. All 4 men are going to be tried as adults and are expected to be arraigned sometime this afternoon. And now to a developing story out of Ypsilanti this afternoon. An apartment fire has injured 5 people and forced dozens of families from their homes. Fire crews are telling us that they got the call earlier this morning right at the University Green Apartments, which is just north of Huron River Road near Eastern Michigan University. And that's where we find our Priya Mann. She's there live this afternoon. Priya, what kind of damage are we looking at to this apartment building?
Oh, Evrod, there is a big cleanup ahead. Just take a look. You can see those couches were thrown out of the windows of that 3rd floor apartment. And at this time, repairs are currently underway at the University Green Apartments. The fire started at around 12:30 this morning. There were 2 women inside the apartment at the time. They were sleeping when the fire started. Both had minor injuries, burns to their faces. They were taken to U of M. One of those victims is an EMU student. Both of those women expected to be released today. Now, police started to evacuate the building at around 1 this morning, and there were about 50 people out here in the cold. They had to spend the overnight hours sitting in their cars as fire crews battled this blaze. Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor City, and Superior Township fire departments all responded, and at this time 18 people are displaced. 18 people are not able to go back into their homes. The Red Cross and the University Green Apartment Management Group helped these people find temporary housing. But you know, the folks here described what it was like to wake up to loud bangs on their doors as police were evacuating this building. Let's take a listen.
It was terrifying, very terrifying. First time I've ever seen a fire up close and personal. I could not imagine anything like that. I feel horrible for them for losing everything. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I was very thankful it wasn't us, but yeah, I just feel horrible for those people.
And at this hour, they are scrambling to figure out what they can do as repairs are made to their building. The fire chief does not believe this was a suspicious fire, but also tells me they may never be able to determine the cause of this fire. Again, 2 women were inside that 3rd floor apartment. They were sleeping at the time. Both had minor injuries and are expected to be released from the hospital later today. Reporting live from Ypsilanti, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
We do wish them well. Priya, thank you. Vice President Joe Biden is speaking downtown today at the Detroit School of Digital Technology. He is here in Detroit to talk to small business owners who earned awards from the Motor City Match program. Now, during his speech, Biden talked about how Detroit is full of hard workers and how he believes the city is just as important as any other across the country.
Detroit just isn't an important city. It's an iconic city. It's known the world over because of the automobile industry. It's an iconic city. It's part of the heart and the soul of America.
Chicago and Biden's speech followed an award ceremony for the winners of the Motor City Match program, where over $600,000 was awarded to 15 entrepreneurs from right here in Detroit. Pretty cool. All right, so we're now in day 2 of the auto show, and yesterday we saw a lot of exciting announcements from the big 3 and across the auto industry as a whole. Today, the auto suppliers are going to show off what they have, including Southfield-based Denso. Our business editor, Rob Maloney, is live at Cobo Center for us this afternoon, getting to take in all the sights and sounds, and joins us live now. Rod?
Yeah, we're finally settled in over here, Evrod, learning about the show, learning about all the differing things that are here. And one of the truly amazing parts of the show this year is just how beautiful it is, because there's so much money in the industry. You sell 7.5 million cars, there's money to be had to put on a good auto show. But one of the things that we're finding out is that times are good, so good in fact, that they're now fighting for talent. And that's what Denso started talking about today, because they are in desperate need of people who are engineers, okay? We're talking mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, software engineers, embedded programmers. They also need skilled tradespeople, electricians, tool and die, machine repair, and the like. And they are so much in need that they're next week going to be interviewing for these jobs here at the North American International Auto Show at Cobo Center. Let's hear from Pam Gallucci from Denso.
The number of engineers in our country right now and graduating is lower than the demand. And so an opportunity for us to be where we have individuals in an area that have that skill set, that have that interest, we want to have an opportunity to reach out to them. So this is one venue to be able to do that.
And so 3 days next week, we're going to be seeing interviews here at the Denso stand. It's in the back corner of Cobo. It's Tuesday the 17th, Thursday the 19th, and Friday the 20th. And one of the things that they wanted to stress was you have to have a bachelor's degree in those disciplines, or you have to have your certificates that are required for any of the skilled trades things. But the bottom line here is that they're going everywhere they can to find people who will take these jobs. And as a matter of fact, if you are looking to, say, travel overseas, Denso is a global operation. If you get one of the jobs, you might be able to move overseas if you want to do that as well. They help move you. There are bonuses and so forth. And so there's all kinds of great stuff. So if you're looking for a job in one of those disciplines, this is the place to be next week. Again, well, I'll just restate the dates. Tuesday the 17th, Thursday the 19th, and Friday the 20th. Reporting live at Cobo Center, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All righty, Ron, thank you. Meanwhile, production cuts in the auto industry are resulting in job losses at a subsidiary of Focus Hope here in Detroit. A notice filed with the state government says Focus Hope companies will permanently lay off 120 workers. Focus Hope is pointing out that these workers from a separate legal entity of Focus Hope are leased to Android Detroit, and that work is being cut because of shift eliminations at a General Motors assembly plant. The cuts will not impact the nonprofit work of Focus Hope. A suspected arson fire at a gas station on Detroit's east side might also become a homicide investigation. Firefighters called to a fire at the gas station right there on East McNichols and DeQuinder, and they quickly put that fire out, but that's when they discovered the body of a man inside. And while efforts are underway to identify that man, arson investigators are looking to figure out how this fire started in the first place. The first of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet appointees is on Capitol Hill today for the state of confirmation hearings. Alabama Republican Senator Jeff Sessions told the Senate Judiciary Committee he would act to protect law and order and crack down on illegal immigration. Now, he has had to answer questions about his votes for and against laws passed by the Senate, and he said that he would recuse himself from any investigations of Hillary Clinton because of comments made during the presidential campaign. All right, coming up right here on Local 4 News at noon, a historic football game with a very dramatic ending. We're going to take a look at the new college football national champions. Plus, President Obama is saying goodbye. The commander-in-chief will be in his hometown of Chicago tonight and find out what he has to say to America before he leaves Washington. But first, this search for a cop killer, a manhunt now underway down in Florida, and what police are saying about the suspect. We're back after this.
If you're in an accident
The search for a killer down in Florida continues after a police officer was shot and killed. Master Sergeant Deborah Clayton was killed yesterday morning in Orlando, and police say 41-year-old Markeith Lloyd is the shooter. Lloyd, who was already on the run after being accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, has not been seen since yesterday morning. And today the search for Lloyd continues as police are now offering a $60,000 reward for any information that leads to his arrest. President Obama will deliver an address tonight in the final few days of his two-term presidency. The president will speak before as many as 20,000 people in the McCormick Place Convention Center in Chicago. The president is expected to highlight the achievements of his presidency, make one last defense of his health care policy, and give what's being called a series of admonitions to incoming President-elect Donald Trump. Well, the Clemson Tigers were crowned college football national champions last night after beating Alabama in a game that's sure to go down as one of the all-time greats. Alabama led for a majority of the game, but it was Clemson that ultimately came out on top, trailing by 3 points with just 2 minutes left. Clemson quarterback Deshaun Watson led the Tigers on a 68-yard drive and threw a 1-yard touchdown pass with 1 second left, and of course, that won them the title. Congrats to them. All right, coming up right here on Local 4 News at noon, it is Tasty Tuesday, and we're going to introduce you to this local Italian spot that's serving up way more than just pizza, although their pizza is amazing, Brandon.
It is awesome food, awesome atmosphere, and we have to turn the page, get over the snow, watching rain and brutal winds, a high wind watch. Power outages possible next.
How can someone just disappear? Bright, young, and beautiful.
Help us bring Danielle home.
She walked out of work more than a month ago, never to be seen again. Now the defenders dig deep into the investigation, sharing some things you may not know. Tonight at 11.
What makes
The Auto Show.
Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Quick look back again at some of the snow totals from this morning since midnight. Romulus, our official gathering weather reporting station, 2.8 inches. Port Huron, a little over 3 inches. Near 4 inches. Farmington Hills at 3.7. Bloomfield Township at 4.4. And White Lake in Oakland County, 5.3 inches. We are on our way into the more liquid variety through the afternoon and evening. Rain moving in, 40s eventually, and yes, more rain is coming. It is breezy out there with gustier winds coming tonight. We have a high wind watch. It covers the entire area, starts at 6 p.m. and goes all the way through 4 a.m. on your Wednesday. Here are the details of this. This is along a cold front and just a mess of a system here in the Great Lakes region. The winds will be 20 to 40 sustained, maybe even a little bit stronger than that later this evening, and an occasional gust, 40 to 60 miles an hour. We've had the wet snow, weakened tree limbs, and really cold stuff over the last couple of weeks. So power outages are certainly a possibility as we head through the overnight hours tonight. And again, we're not sounding the panic alarm, but might not be a bad idea to make sure the flashlights have batteries, you've got candles, things like that. You don't want to be caught off guard by this. Here is one of the rounds of rain we spoke of, and even up north where the winter weather advisory is about to expire, rain is moving in and it makes things slushy and sloppy, but it is an improvement from icy and snowy roads and the terrible commute we had this morning. Likely going to be battling some rain and stiff winds through the evening commute. One round. Second round still to come, and there's that cold front. As we look at some of the wind gusts in some of the other areas a little bit farther west and south, look at Chicago O'Hare Airport, 46-mile-an-hour wind gust right now, and some of that will be heading our way. We are currently at 35, but not too far south in Indy, 46 degrees. St. Louis right now is 60, and the winds are pouring in from the south, and you can see The area of low pressure here is everything sort of getting sucked into this spot just south of Minneapolis, but the strong winds on the warm side or south side of the storm will keep pouring in tonight, which is why we do head into those 40s. We have another chance. Here's some of the rain this evening. We have another chance tomorrow late into Thursday of getting wet once again. Most of your Wednesday is dry and the winds are lighter. 44 degrees on Wednesday with rain coming Wednesday, we'll say probably around the evening commute time once again. And then on Thursday, that rain may switch to midday snow as colder air pours in here Thursday through the weekend. Wild weather. Sometimes we forget it's Tasty Tuesday. Let us not forget, and let us introduce you to a 60-year-old restaurant serving up classic home-style Italian cuisine on the east side. The great food and spot-on Italian ambiance makes Luigi's Original a perfecto Tasty Tuesday.
Luigi's Original, an old-school Italian spot from the checkered tablecloth to the staff of Familia like GM Scott Palmer.
You're only a stranger at Luigi's one time.
It's tough to get a table at times at this Harrison Township hotspot. Always worth the wait, starting with the award-winning pizza with or sans sesame seed crust.
The biggest thrill customers have when they ask for pizza is they want the little pepperoni grease cups. That's what really sets off our pizza. Sesame seed crust.
Apps or small bites or a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like the Nachos Napoli.
It's made with pasta chips and a cream sauce. It's got Italian sausage and black olives and peppers and scallions. Steak bites, calamari, peppered shrimp, Cajun crawfish.
The big bites or entrees at Luigi's on Jefferson include fresh seafood and raviolis of lobster or butternut squash and the lamb chops, all 6 of them if you're hungry.
If you're not super hungry, there's an appetizer course that's 3 lamb chops. And it's either served blackened with béarnaise sauce or alla Luigi, which is spinach, olive garlic, feta garlic, tomatoes garlic. If you're on a first date, I highly recommend that you bring mince with you, because everything here, even the desserts, have garlic in them.
The owner put a lot of pizzazz into the wine list, the Michigan beers and bourbons. Those desserts don't really have garlic in them, do they?
Tiramisus are made in-house. Cannolis are delicious. We also make the creme brulee in the house.
All right, so here is today's deal. At Luigi's, 10% off of your entire food order, carry out or dine in, food only though. You have to mention Tasty Tuesday, and they're in Harrison Township, right on Jefferson, right on the lake. They don't open until 4 p.m., and I would suggest maybe 3:30. Because there's going to be a line today, Evrod.
Oh, I can only imagine. Brandon, thank you. Still ahead here on Local 4 News at noon, dangerously cold temperatures ravaging not only parts of the U.S., but in Europe as well. Wait till you find out what one man in Budapest is doing to make sure that people stay warm. Keep it here.
Replay song.
All right, finally here at noon as we deal with heavy snow here in the United States. Others around the world are struggling with it as well.
So, to help those who don't have a place to stay warm, one man in Hungary has set up an innovative idea that's already helping hundreds.
Yes, it's a pretty cool initiative. A 21-year-old in Budapest has set up the Freestyle Hanger Initiative, and it asks people to donate extra coats for the homeless. And in just a few days, the initiative has already received coats from over 100 organizations. So you can only imagine the good that's going to go do to help keep people warm.
That's awesome. Ben Bailey does it here for us.
No, that's true too.
Yeah, in the fall and early winter.
Yeah, there are a lot of places that do it around here as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We hope you enjoy the auto show as it gets ready to open to the public on January 14th.